New pod, who it is?
What's up? Did
Hey,
you
that's
even
my
notice?
that you left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at the private chats and you tap the back button to go away from that, that just reloads the previous page.
It's been so long. I love it.
hmm
Well, what's up, boys?
Lots of things.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, you're probably wondering, where have you two idiots been? Well, life.
Natural disaster made me homeless.
Life.
That's the gist of it. That's the gist of it. Yeah.
Life is life, and I mean, shoot, what have we done? What was our last pod? Like a month ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Because the flood was like the 26th of
yeah, but we were already like 2 weeks before that even happened. We weren't doing it.
yeah, because you were training, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I started training at the beginning of June, but we did do one when I started my new job. I know that.
Yeah. You were training, and then I became homeless, and I found a new place, but still don't have the PC set up yet. So on the phone.
Yeah, kind of ruined the plans for the off season. Now the football season's here.
Yep.
Yay!
Yep. Public service announcement: leash your dogs. That is all.
I know why.
Yep.
So, anywho, other than being homeless, Joe, and leashing dogs,
hmm
what's new with the JoJo, the bad mojo JoJo?
No longer live in Iowa.
Oh, bars.
Cross the river now into South Dakota. Broncos have a quarterback, I guess, maybe. We'll see. Um, yeah.
Would it be Big Dick Snicks? Or would it be Bo Dick Snicks? I don't know. He has to earn that.
Or I don't know. I'm confused. I'm concerned. Um, the biggest thing that happened, the second biggest thing that happened this week is James here got Malik Neighbors to slip to him to
With
4
the fourth pick in a dynasty
in
league,
our
so he's caught up.
dynasty.
So it wasn't like a fresh league. Fresh league, I don't know that I would have picked Neighbors 4.
No,
But in a
0%.
dynasty league, I got Neighbors at 4, which is wild. I don't have a running back, but everything else is good.
Yeah, single QB. This man got Malik Neighbors at 4.
So, how do you think the guy who picked JJ McCarthy's feeling? Second.
Uh,
So, actually, you know what? It's been a minute. We have this as a banner. Let's just throw it out there. Injuries suck. Why?
yeah.
Why? And the Cowboys lost Sam Williams for the year. And then JJ McCarthy just yesterday was announced, or was it today? I think they announced the injury, but now they announced it was out for a season now or something.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Injuries suck, man. Injuries suck.
Yep. It's a rough one for sure. Especially seeing a young kid, just getting into the league.
So, out of curiosity, I know how NBA works. If you get injured in the NBA, you can be the rookie of the year the following year. But next year, would JJ McCarthy be eligible for rookie of the year or comeback player of the year?
I don't know.
It's funny. This is actually funny because we're watching Vampire Diaries.
No. I mean, the only other option is for me to not sit at my desk. My desk is set up. PC is not yet.
You're You're just the dark side.
I could go over there, but then I'm next to the AC, and that'll be bugging the sound. Don't want to do that.
I forgive you, Joe. I forgive you.
That's behind me. That's not going to do anything to the front of me. Listen.
Joe, let leave Joe in his darkness alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That actually
Park.
that made me think of the song by what was it? Was it David Cook from American Idol? Try to leave the light on when I'm gone.
Yeah. 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 But yeah, injuries suck. I hate the new kickoff rule. Drives me nuts.
Kickoff rule?
Yeah, drives me nuts.
It's so funny. They always like, oh, kickoffs are dangerous, and then all of a sudden they change the rules so far that, oh, now we want kickoffs to be relevant again, so they change the rules again. Like, pick what you want: player safety or exciting plays. Like, but could you imagine Devin Hester on this kickoff return?
No, it's not fair.
They have to go from no one's moving until the ball is caught. And Devin Hester 0 to 60 miles an hour is like, they just might as well just kick it out of bounds. Just take the ball to 40, which he did with normal kickoffs. And then they did that anyways. Well, but football's back, so football's back and the boys are back.
Boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
Yeah.
So
it's been an interesting month, to say the least.
True that. No pod in July. I know that much. We didn't do any pod in July.
No.
No boy July. We did it.
It was, yeah.
So, Bo Nix is good, or just backups?
Define good.
Do you think Bo Nix, like, got in the game, and he's like, "I'm about to make a name for myself today." And then Sean Payton's like, "You're not going to make it out of there alive." And then he's like, "Just make sure they know what happened out here today."
See, my thing is like define good. He's Derek Carr. Like,
Hey, I mean,
was Derek Carr good?
he's playoff worthy.
I mean, he's Derek Carr with Sean Payton, so that's an added bonus.
True.
But I mean, he'll be okay. We have no weapons. That's the biggest problem. So like, he's not going to be successful until he gets some weapons. Like, we don't have a Kamara. We don't have a Michael Thomas. We don't have those Saints players.
But you have Mims.
Yeah, sure. Kick return to Mims. Yep.
Hey, I saw Knicks threw a good pass to McLaughlin, who I drafted in like the 8th round or whatever. Whenever I did.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Do you
I
at least
think
feel a
most
little
of these
better about when they
quarterbacks.
drafted him?
No. No. I mean, I compared him to Derek Carr. Derek Carr was a second round pick. It was an overdraft. I I think most of these quarterbacks will be somewhat successful, depending on what you define as success. It 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 might be the best quarterback. Um, stop, stop. I think the one that concerns me, but also like interests me, is Penix, right? So he's one of two people. So I don't even remember the stat, but it's him and Patrick Mahomes passed for like 4,500 yards or something in back-to-back seasons or something like that at college.
Mhm.
And Patrick Mahomes was drafted 10, had an incumbent game manager quarterback. Penix is the one I see with like the most elite potential, just based on where he's at, because Caleb has elite potential, but the Bears are close. Like I love the Bears, but like they're not it for quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's very no disrespect, but when your franchise's best quarterback is Jay Cutler, if it even is Jay Cutler, like
When your best quarterback played a good amount for another team and he's not even on their Mount Rushmore, that's
what if Caleb Williams throws for 4,000 yards would be the most yards in Bears history in a season or something
they're
like
the
that.
last team. They're the last team. They're the only team in the NFL that has not had a 4,000 yard passer.
Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. It's definitely one of those things.
Yeah, I mean he's uber talented, but I don't trust that coaching staff. I don't trust that organization. Um,
I mean, what if he's uber talented and has a great year, but the Bears still suck, and then the Bears maybe have a brain after one rookie year, and then they just clean house and get him adamant coaching.
yeah, and Lincoln Riley.
Exactly. I mean, we make our jokes about the Bears and junk, but like this offseason, they've been killing it. The draft,
Mhm.
trades, free agent pickups, like they have the tools for Caleb to succeed. It's just a matter of they're the Bears. I mean, he has a
They
decent
don't.
receiver core. They drafted good for him as well.
Yeah, the only problem is Odunze is the only one that fits his play style. Like Keenan doesn't fit Caleb Williams' play style.
They got DJ Moore and
Yeah, but DJ Moore is also doesn't really fit his play style that well, in my opinion. Um, Rome fits it pretty well. Cole Kmet fits it really well.
yeah, I mean, they have pieces. At
Yeah,
the at the end of the
Swift
day,
fits it well.
if Keenan doesn't work out or DJ doesn't work out, it's a trade asset.
That old line still concerns me. We don't know.
But their defense is legit, especially since they got Sweat last year. So, I mean, it's just in the NFC North is Packers lines are going to be good. Vikings,
Could you imagine
unfortunately.
that defense with Roquan Smith?
Wow, what happened to him?
Dang, dang,
Shots
dang.
fired. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I could be wrong. But if they didn't trade Roquan Smith, would they have gotten Rome
That wasn't the Steelers pick
or even
or the
Sweat?
Ravens
'Cause
pick.
didn't they trade picks to get Sweat?
Yes,
Was that one of them? I don't know all the
I
details.
don't think so.
I don't know. I'm not
I
a
don't know.
doctor.
Same.
Joe, I want you to ask me the thing that I know you probably will eventually. So I just want you to rip the band-aid off.
When does Jerry fork over the money?
Eventually. He will. He will.
To all of them? To two of them? To one of them?
I think at the end of the day, all of them. But if there's one that doesn't get paid, it's probably Dak.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see the replacement. I mean, is Dak worth 60 million? No, probably not. Is he worth what the market is? I mean, I think he's worth more than Tua. I
I
mean,
think they're around the same.
well, so 55 mil. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Tua got paid, Lawrence got paid. Jordan Love,
See,
who has literally one successful season, which wasn't even like he didn't even
he
start
had
good.
eight. He had like 8 to 10 successful games.
Yeah, he had a very good ending to the season. They started bad. They got hot at the right time is what happened, and like he got paid, and he's what most guaranteed or highest paid quarterback in the league right now, or did Tua was his Tua's after him?
I think two was before.
Like when better question. When has Jerry not paid his superstars?
Okay. Is Dak
Okay.
a superstar?
Oh, I was referring to CD, but I believe Dak is. I think Dak is
Okay. Because that's my thing is like, to me, superstar is different.
like how do you define superstar? And I'll tell you if I think Dak fits that.
I mean, you got to be guaranteed top five per
I think he's entering
at
that.
your position.
I feel like he's right there on the cusp.
Yeah, but like even perennially, like
Like last year, he was a top 3 quarterback. The year before, he was in that probably 5 to 7 range.
I mean, that you're going like,
I'm
would you
going
trade
based on
Dak? Would you GM Dak or Patrick Mahomes?
well, any team in the league who doesn't trade for Patrick Mahomes is dumb. Any
Dak or
team.
Josh Allen?
I think they're the same guy.
Yeah.
Josh Allen has more turnovers.
Dak or Lamar?
I don't want a running back at quarterback. Nothing against Lamar. I take Dak over Lamar. I know he's
Okay.
not really a running back, but I would take Dak.
Um, who else is up there? Joe Burrow.
I mean, now we're starting to get into like uh it's healthy, never injured Joe Burrow. Sure. Now I want to see him play.
You're right, but I mean, he's missed this roughly the same amount of time as Dak in the past 4 years.
But Burrow also has the LSU injury history, everything like that before football.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
before the
but past
NFL.
4 years, he's missed roughly the exact same amount of time.
Yeah, but Dak broke his leg in 2020. So, eh. I mean,
Like
to me, if Dak never broke his leg, him and Josh Allen would literally be the same quarterback. Because once Dak broke his leg, he stopped running.
I I see Dak as more a more well seasoned Justin Herbert than a Josh Allen.
I mean, that puts him in that 5 to 7 range.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, perennially, like you have to be top 5 to be a
Yeah.
superstar. Like not for 1 year, not for perennially.
I think because quarterbacks kind of hit that sweet spot around where
And
Dak is and Mahomes is like age wise. And how old is Josh? 27?
yeah, roughly.
It's like when you get to that 28, 29, you're the early 30s is when you kind of hit that peak at quarterback, unless you're Tom Brady. then you just never suck.
I
So,
mean, Aaron Rodgers too.
well, correct, I guess. But Aaron Rodgers last year in Green Bay wasn't amazing. But
Peyton Manning until his last year. Drew
yeah,
Brees.
but you kind of learn. So like the quarterbacks, like you're elite. I'm not saying Dak's elite. See, that's where I like elite, and then I would say superstar, and then from there.
See, I think superstar and elite are the same thing to me.
Well, Josh Allen's 28, so okay, Josh is in that range too. So like with quarterbacks, you kind of you have the tools. Like I think the top 7 guys for sure, whoever you put in there, have the tools. Because they're the older ones. I mean, CJ Stroud could be the exception. You get like Mahomes came in as soon as he played, he was great. Lamar came in as soon as he came in, he was great. Even if you want to go back years, Cam Newton came in, he was great. Andrew Luck came in, he was great. Like RG3 even came in his rookie year and tore it up, and then tore up his ACL, and that was it. Game over. And some quarterbacks peak early and then they fall off, like Carson Wentz. Started great, and then that's why as you get older, you should be getting better. As soon as you start dropping off, teams will drop you.
Yeah.
Like Carson Wentz was
I
having
th-
an MVP season, went to the Super Bowl. Granted, he didn't win it, but the next year he sucked and they got rid of him.
yeah.
Like
I think his thing is more that he also saw ghosts. Like the whole phrase for
he saw the big
the Jets
shadow
QB.
behind him.
Yeah, he saw ghosts. I think Derek Carr much of the same. Derek Carr until his injury, he was on an MVP path too.
Mm-hmm.
The second you get that in your head, I don't know if there's a way of coming back as a young guy in the NFL. The second you start seeing ghosts, I think you're just done for.
Well, Carson Wentz saw ghost and the big mushroom shadow in the background. Who, by the way, he retired.
Big mushroom in the background. What?
Yeah, Nick Foles. BDN.
But I don't know.
What did he say?
I think Dak is in that category. I agree. As the 5 to 7, I'm just like I think you have to have a solidified spot in that. And the reason I don't know that he gets paid what those other guys are getting paid is Jerry to me always has the fancy new young toys mind,
Mm-hmm.
and Dak is over 30. So that's what makes me concerned about Dak. Up until we drafted Bo Nix, I thought Dak was going to be Broncos quarterback in a year. Because Dak, Sean Payton would love Dak.
Mm-hmm. You're saying Sean Payton loves Dak?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in all seriousness, if this season goes bad, Mike McCarthy's out. Broncos season goes bad, would Sean Payton still be there?
No, yeah, he's there.
Oh, why? Because they gave him a lot of money. Didn't the Raiders do that with a coach? Like gave him like a 10-year contract and like got rid of him after 2 or after 3
They
years.
love Sean.
Well, Sean's just gonna deflect blame.
Yep, it's all going to go on George, like it already has been, and it's going to go on the defensive coordinator.
I think they're going to pay him just because they don't have a replacement. They're not going to be bad enough to get a quarterback in the draft next year, to get a good one without trading crap.
All I'm saying, Shedeur Sanders.
Are they going to be a high enough pick?
Depends your viewpoint of how good Shedeur is.
I mean, I haven't looked at mock drafts, but I would assume he's going to be in the top 10. And they're not going to have a top 10 pick.
I mean, after this past year, I would assume so too, but that's more because 6 went top 12.
Yeah. So
I think Shador is closer to like JJ McCarthy, and I think JJ McCarthy should have been the Vikings' second pick.
happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he'll find a way to pay everybody. I really do. I mean, it's Jerry. I don't. If he had to pick one player to keep, he's keeping CD over Micah, over Dak.
And why is CD not done yet? I
Because
think Micah's first.
I think they're trying to work
I think
something.
Micah has more personality, and that's why Micah's first.
Yeah, but for me, Micah on the field's great. Micah during the season should shut up, get off his
Yeah,
podcast, and so should Jerry.
but
Jerry should do the same fucking.
I think Jerry loves it, man.
Of course he does. He's old and senile. Needs to frickin' step on Legos.
It's getting too dark. I gotta go over by the window.
You think
We're
the
on an
boss
adventure.
is your ally?
We're
I was
on an adventure.
born in it, haunted by it.
We're on an adventure.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
Adventure time.
Oh, I didn't know you had a face until like right now.
Yep. I can
Dun, 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 dun.
open that too. Maybe get a little bit more light. What's up?
Oh, the light. You're so bright, Joe. So shiny. Did you
Thanks.
freshly shave?
Last week, I think.
Nice and smooth criminal. Oh, sorry. I mean, eventually, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen before the season. I mean, and I don't know. I feel like Jerry has a PTSD when it comes to paying people early. With the whole Zeke thing.
I mean, that's because he paid a running back.
Yeah, so I think that's what he also like. But he's gonna pay. He paid Romo, and then he paid Dak early already. And like he takes care of who he thinks are his superstars. And the one thing I can say is I think they're all handling it well in the media except for Jerry. Jerry's dumb. He just needs to shut up. But they're gonna keep talking to him because he's good. He loves to talk.
Yeah. Old senile man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. So whoop, whoop. Yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about, but since we came back after like a month or longer off, this one's gonna be short. So
yeah.
So I had Joe help me prepare his blind side, and he has no idea. I just had him pick numbers.
I picked numbers. I don't know what's happening.
So next week we're going to do AFC predictions, and then the week after NFC predictions, because hopefully Joe has a PC set up.
Should be.
Figure it out.
I mean, I was going to figure it out this week. What happened didn't happen.
Facts on facts on facts. So Joe, the first number that I had you pick was a year. We are going to be blind ranking players from the 2011 draft based on the numbers that we chose. I'm going to give you the players in the order of the numbers that we chose them. You're going to blind rank them. Actually, I can't do it in the order of the numbers we chose them because then you'll know a good order. So I'm just going to give you random players, and you're going to blindly rank them on a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
So 1 being the best, 10 being the worst. You're gonna do a list, a blind list.
Okay.
We're gonna.
And this is just my preference, or this is what?
See how your preference and see how accurate you can make your list after everything. You can't move anybody. So if you put someone in spot 5 and you find 5 people that are actually better than that person, you got to put the other person below them.
Okay. We have 10 people. Oh, yeah, we each did 5 picks.
We each did 5 random numbers. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So the first player,
Mm-hmm.
trying to think of players in the 2011 draft.
Yeah.
First player, I'm going with Blaine Gabbert.
He was pick.
You don't have to get the picks in order, but they're all top 20 picks because then we picked 1 to
Yes.
20.
But I don't think that number was set. The number that I want to guess. I'm gonna put him at 6.
6, Gabbert at 6.
Yeah.
All right, locking him in. Let me mark him off so I don't say him again. All right, player number 2, AJ Green.
AJ Green. Put him at. Put him at 4.
Okay. All right, let's go. Prince of Mukamara.
Oh shit. Blaine was up way too high.
Is he?
Yeah. We'll go with Prince Mukamara at 7.
All right. All right. Next one, we're going to go with Nick Fairley.
He was all right for like 2 years. I'm gonna go with 10. So
You're going to go where?
10.
Okay. All right. Fairley, 10. Then let's keep it defense. Let's go Marcel Darius.
We'll go 9.
Okay. Von Miller.
1.
JJ Watt.
2.
Is that your actual feelings?
Yep.
Or is
I
that
knew
bias?
those 2 numbers were coming up. I know those 2 names were coming up.
Or is that bias?
No, not biased. One has a Super Bowl MVP.
Well, I mean, fair. One has 3 MVP or Defensive Player of the Years.
Ask them what they would trade. Ask them if they would trade.
Well, no shit.
Ask them if they would trade.
I'm sure they will. He would want a Super
All right,
Bowl.
Von Miller 1. JJ Watt 2.
Cam Newton.
Don't know if his number was set. I'm gonna go with 5. Just because I didn't think Cam was amazing for like 3 years, but
Well, you
outside
also
of
got
that,
Von Miller. That's super boring.
yeah.
All right, 2 more players, and they're both big boys.
I don't even remember what numbers I have available.
You have number 3 and number 8.
Okay. All right.
Nate Soldier.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna go with 8.
Based on
I don't know.
me knowing the last pick, I say it's a good choice. Tyron Smith.
Oh yeah, 3. Yep.
All right. So your final list is going to be Vaughn,
Yep.
Watt,
Yep.
Smith,
Okay.
AJ,
I probably swapped those 2, but yeah.
Newton,
Yeah.
Gabbert,
Way too high.
Amukamara,
Probably 2 too high. 1 too high.
Soldier,
He should have been up.
after Newton,
Yeah.
Darius, and then Fairley.
Yep.
So
I think I would have had Blaine at the bottom.
like 8 or
No,
10.
at the bottom. 10.
Oh, okay. So very, very, very premature. So do you like your top 5?
Yeah.
You say you swap AJ and Smith?
Yeah. Just personally, I think AJ was phenomenal. The reason I put him at 4 is I couldn't remember if Julio was in that draft or not, and if we picked his number.
Oh, it wasn't
Wasn't he the
Julio.
same draft?
Yeah, he was pick 6.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember if that
Actually,
number was set or not.
this draft was actually pretty stacked
Yeah, because
because it's got Patrick Peterson, Julio,
yeah.
Christian Ponder.
I knew Christian Ponder was in there, and that's who I was hoping to put at 10.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cameron Jordan, Cameron Hayward.
Yep. It was a great draft.
It really is. I'm just kind of looking through all these guys. Like, that's crazy. And I kind of forget how long these guys have been in the league.
hmm
Some of them still play.
hmm
Was that 13 years ago? Jesus. Bro, Vaughn was 22.
hmm Freak.
Dang. Well, I mean, I think you did pretty good, Joe. Me personally, I like your top 3. As good as AJ Green was, I do think the Smith's value is like he's going to be a Hall of Famer. AJ Green probably isn't.
I think AJ Green deserves to be.
I'm just still going through all these draft picks and like there's
I think AJ Green, if he played with a real offense, would be widely considered top 10 all time. He was
maybe
supremely talented.
because that was the year they got the Bengals got Andy Dalton and AJ Green.
Yep. He was awesome. I was only gonna put Julio above him, and I couldn't remember if we picked his number or not, or what pick he was.
He was 6.
That's what I thought, but I couldn't remember if we picked that number.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all these like Blaine Gabbert's still in the league. I think he's a backup.
Weird.
Kansas City, I believe.
Oh, yep. I think you're right.
So Bro's got Super Bowl rings, right?
I don't think he was the backup last year. He may have been.
He was the backup in 2023. He played 2 games.
Hmm.
But it looks like he also was. Yeah, that was last year. Yep, he does have a ring.
Nice.
He was 1-0 in his starts.
Nice.
Hey, I mean, he sneakily played for 6 teams. Hmm. Hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it checks out.
Yeah,
How many did Ponder play for?
let me ponder on that. Christian Ponder. One. He played a total of 38 games and started 36.
Yep.
I will give you. So I told you how many games he played. 36. Or
hmm
started. He started 36. I will give you $50 if you can tell me his exact record.
11-25.
No.
Oh, dang it.
The only reason why I said I would do that is because he has a tie. 14, 21-1.
Dang.
I'm gonna do some guess who the team. Actually, let's both guess who the team is that he tied, and I'll look it up.
Steelers, because Steelers always seem to get a tie somewhere.
I was gonna say the Eagles because the Eagles and the Bengals as well. All right, so let me go through. Let's find that tie. Oh, dang, we were both wrong. But I think I remember this game. It was the Packers,
Really?
26-26.
Checks out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. They didn't tie the Eagles. They beat the Eagles. And they beat the Steelers.
Nice. Nice.
They were 0-3, played the Steelers. Oh, this is wild, man. That year they went 5-10-1. They were 0-3. They beat the Steelers. They lost 4 straight. They beat the Redskins. They lost the Seahawks. They tied the Packers. Beat the Bears. They ended the season better. After the tie, they went win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win.
Okay.
But they started off 2-7. That's crazy. You think they pondered benching him?
I mean, should have.
So there's also a guy in the 2011 draft that we can't speak his name because he was blacklisted.
I'm gonna guess his pick. 14.
He was a second rounder.
Dang.
14 was
pick
Robert
14?
Quinn.
Oh. Robert Quinn was a stud at one point too.
Yeah, he was a starter for the Cowboys. Oh
I
wait,
mean,
was it? Yeah, Quinn played for the Cowboys. I think for like a season, and then he went to the Bears. Yeah, 2019.
he was a stud at one
He
point.
had 11 and a half sacks for the Cowboys.
He was a stud at one point.
Yeah. So was Alden Smith, who also played for the Cowboys. And he just had that. What was it? The MJ stuff.
Oh yeah. Who's the one that was blacklisted? Can you give me like initials?
I can give you a word.
Okay.
I can give you a sentence.
Okay.
I used to play some football, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Emphasis on the knee.
I instantly went like Skyrim. What?
Yeah, that's that was the reference with Skyrim. Yes, for sure.
I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I should have said this the school he played for. What would you have gotten it if I said Nevada?
Yeah. I
The
believe he was
only
college. It's the same college as Brandon Marshall, and it was also a college that I used a lot on college football 14.
I think the only thing I can remember from Kaepernick's college career is he beat Boise State. He was the Nevada was the team that ended a like 3-year undefeated streak or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
remember feeling some type of way because I got into Boise State, but I didn't go to Boise State. So I was like, ha, suckers, you suck.
Now I'm wondering how many players I can name what college they went to in that draft.
We can do that next time. Won't be a blind side, I guess, unless we do random numbers again. But all right, Joe, let's end this with our fan suggestion. We're gonna talk about some fins.
Now some fin talk.
All right, we're gonna talk about the fins. So what about Ferb?
What?
We want to talk about fins, but not Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb?
You know they're coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Is Tyreek Hill the best player in the league?
No.
According to the NFL 100, he is. Those are players that vote on players. I mean, he might be the athlete, best athlete,
No.
like fastest athlete. No, not anymore. Maybe, I don't know.
No.
Is he faster than? I want to see him race Lyles. Did you see that?
He wants to race Lyles.
I want to see it. I'd pay for it. Just kidding. I wouldn't pay for it. I would just watch the 10-second race on like TikTok or Instagram or wherever. That's what I would do.
Tyreek, he's an incredible player, but is he the best? No. I mean, I think it's a toss-up as the even if he's the best wide receiver.
CD,
in order for me to say that you're the best, like I think there can't really be a conversation for anybody else at your position, anyways.
That's fair, because like there's no conversation for Mahomes not being the best quarterback. There's no conversation for CMC.
Christian McCaffrey. I'd say Trent Williams.
For me, I don't think there's a conversation for best tight end, but that's just for me. I know Kittle is, but I think it's Kelsey, and I don't think it's close. That just for me.
I would have, other than last year, I'd probably agree. But last year, if Hawk doesn't get hurt, I think he's the best tight end in the league.
I mean, nowadays there's a lot of room for like the top, I don't know, 4 through 10 that they're all like.
Yeah. Like I think last year Hawkinson was a better football player than Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Well, Travis was also banged up early too because he had that knee.
Yeah.
But postseason,
he's also
getting
getting older. So
yeah. But
postseason,
it's no Kelce shame. Was.
Yeah. He's a rub some dirt on it type of guy in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And then he also had Taylor Swift to kiss it, make it feel better. I hope people get mad at your ranking.
I hope they do too.
You had no idea, so I mean,
I'm here for it. It's fun. The only ones that I knew that were coming was Vaughn and JJ Watt, and I was ready for it.
As soon as you figured out what I was doing, you're like, "Oh, I remember those numbers."
No, as soon as it was 2011, I was like, I know those numbers were said. Okay, those are my 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know literally anything else. Really, it was a 1 through 8. So that's what it was.
The last picks was I picked Vaughn at number 2, and then you picked Tyron Smith at 9. So that's why I said if you knew what you picked, then it's funny because you picked the Cowboys player and I picked the Broncos player.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Oh. Oh, wait. I think today I'm gonna verify just for random stuff. Wait, did I do the wrong day? Hold up. Do. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Well, today was day 659.
Of what?
Going to the gym.
Oh, nice.
659. Almost at 2 years. My birthday will be 2 years. Well, technically the day before my birthday is 2 years.
So in 7 days, it's the devil number.
next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
7 days.
All right.
Millennials are screaming right now. We crawl through the screen real quick.
I could make them mad again too. I just lost the game.
See, the ironic thing with that is I literally had no idea what that was until I was mid-20s. No idea. Zero clue at all. Might have even almost been 30. Might have been closer to 30. I had no idea.
What? Our door?
All right.
Like this door? Oh. Oh. Okay.
Dun dun dun.
That's fun.
Are we gonna fight?
Yeah. I'm good.
Do you need to put your leash on?
Maybe if they leash their dog.
So what you're saying is who let the dogs out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
well, I'd say it was, good, fun, packed, crazy, return. A little shorter than usual, but almost there, right? But it is what it
Yeah.
is. We're just kind of getting back in the swing of things. We'll be back and better following, however, next week and from here on out because football's back, so the boys got to be back.
Yep.
And life sometimes life's, and that's just the way it is.
You
That's
sure?
just the way it is. Oh, sorry. Well, as always like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Um, everywhere but Google Podcasts because they weren't good enough to contain the boys. So they actually just stopped podcasts altogether. We overloaded their server. Also, rate 5 stars if you think Joe's list was bad, and also rank 5 stars if you think Joe's list was good, and rate 5 stars if you like kittens and puppies.
Leash your dog. Pasta.